Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the first of 4 episodes in honor of Anthony Head. This is the Excelis. I think I said that right. Excelis. And the first one will be Excelis Dawns with the 5th Doctor. And then we will be going to Excelis Rising with the 6th Doctor, and following that with Excelis Decays for the 7th Doctor. So stand by, Whovians. We're about to begin.
Hey, I'm Sophia Miles, and this is The Legend of the Travelling TARDIS.
Hello, fellow Whovians, and welcome to another edition of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. As I mentioned before, we will be reviewing Excelis Dawns. This stars the 5th Doctor, and as well as Anthony Head, the late great Anthony Head from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as well as Ted. Oh my God, I can't even say it there. Let me bring in Melanie. What show is Ted Lasso? Ted Lasso
was the most recent. For me, it's also going to include actually here Doctor Who with the 10th Doctor, but I also love the hell out of him in Repo the Genetic Opera. So there's my extra culty things.
I have yet to see that. I know that's one of those movies I know I have waiting in the wings to talk about out there. Got it. And didn't that have Paris Hilton or something like that?
Yes.
It does?
It's really, yes. Yeah, she's in it too.
Oh, good grief. Anyway, let's go ahead and get things started. And welcome aboard there, folks. Let me go ahead and take the banner down. And again, we lost a great actor and a great talent, the late, great Anthony Head. If you're not familiar with his work, as Melanie and I were mentioning, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He played Giles in that, as well as Ted Lasso, and you'll probably know him, fellow Whovians, from the episode School Reunion, which brought back Sarah Jane Smith, K9, and was just a really gorgeous episode, and a great loss to everyone. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got to check again, but I think when I saw on X, I think Janet Fielding was his agent, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and bring in our special guest, our panelist. You heard her. Let's bring her back. Miss Melanie Dean. How you doing there, Melanie?
Doing quite well. Can't wait to chat a little bit about this big finish. I always love when we get to do big finishes. I know. Finishes, this like fishies. Anyway,
I'm thinking like the TV series is like the cake, and these are little cupcakes that we get to treat on every now and then. So little fun stuff.
Especially if it's...
Speaking of fun stuff, let me bring in...
Big finish.
Go ahead, Melanie. I'm sorry.
I know, big finishes. Finish I don't know.
All the big finishes.
Yes. Well, it's the same thing when we said, like, is it TARDIS or is it TARDIS?
All the episodes in the full catalog of Big Finish.
Yes.
Well, just to give you a recap, we are going to be going through all 3 episodes, and there's a 4th episode that we'll be talking about over there. But just to recap, we're going to be doing Excelis Dawns, Excelis, Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor, right? Excelis, right?
Excelis.
Excelis.
Yes.
I actually started listening to this one, and Excelis. So it's like excellent,
Yes.
but Excelis. And then Excelis decays with Sylvester McCoy, the Seventh Doctor, where you also have a big finish bonus with Bernie Summerfield, who actually ends up going to Excelis. And we're going to be reviewing that as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to the Who Knew News. Take it away, Gadget.
Don't even let me try to say that title. I'm putting it in Google Translate, trying to figure it out.
Oh, good.
And everything.
Yeah, it'll explode. Your phone will blow up.
No, yes. Because with everything. But it is going to be short news because, like I said, the world of Who has, they like to have filler. So just bear with BBC right now. Nothing is set in stone yet. There's no press releases about Doctor Who. There's just rehashing and everything, which is why we should just get into some happy birthdays. But I was going to ask you, do you want to mention her passing first or then the birthdays, or?
Yeah, let's start off with the news. And yeah, I unfortunately don't have a picture of her, but
yeah,
our girl from Lilo and Stitch, she did the voice from the animated series.
Hoping to catch her here in New York and everything if she ever did conventions and stuff with the squishy TARDIS. But as you know, if you're an anime fan from Studio Ghibli, same thing. I call her Davy. Davy Chase.
That's exactly it. Davy Chase. That's
it is Davy?
Yes.
Okay. Basically passed away at the age of 35. Her birthday would have been July 24th of this year. She would have made 36 of meningitis and some other situations with her blood, they said. And they were confirming through her boyfriend that he had started a GoFundMe for her. That we don't know the whole story, but we know sometimes child stars do end up not making it after a while and everything. And it was very sad to hear that, because she started in Sabrina the Teenage Witch as a little extra when Sabrina was Santa Claus. Then she got Lilo and Stitch. Then she was in Spirited Away. As I can never, same thing. I love that. I love Studio Ghibli, but I can never pronounce the characters' names. And basically just went on from there. She was in The Ring. She portrayed a lot of, and she was also in Donnie Darko 2001. So it's sad to see her go. She was a great talent we lost. And that's the problem. Don't let things fall through the cracks. Like if someone's asking for help, please help them, and stuff. Don't second guess anything they say. Just go and find out for yourselves because of everything. Because we could have had, more Lilo and Stitch coming up and everything and stuff. But to her family, we send our condolences. And let's get on to some happy news right now, because
before we take off, I just wanted to mention something, and because I was actually researching this a little bit, and Dave, the last 10 years of her life, that was a tragedy. I was just like, my God. I actually thought that she left acting. Okay, she's one of those that like Caitlin Blackwood. She left acting to go pursue her college degree, which is and I and when it came to Davy Chase, I was like, okay, she's probably taking a break because she did Lilo and Stitch. She did the TV series with that. She did
The Ring,
then
anime, everything. We knew her from the anime world.
Right. Big Love. Thank you, sir. Big Love. She was in the series on HBO, and it's just like, my goodness, she's taking off. And I think at some point, she's like, I could use a break. I want to start a family. But when I read the her history, Dave, her 10 years were just really like, she was homeless. I'm like, how were you homeless?
Even her boyfriend was explaining to everybody too. It's like sad.
I think we're going to know a lot more about, because they wouldn't even tell us, everything. I'm finding out the last, like she was living off of Skid Row. She had money in the bank, but never touched it. I'm just like, okay, this is really, and I think she was arrested on drug drug possession or drug
Yeah.
distribution or something like that.
She had legal issues with
Yeah.
studios. She had other things. It just was basically like, I didn't know if you wanted to mention this because there was a lot of things. Like she's been arrested by the LAPD. She, like you said, drug possession. She's been in Hollywood jail. This was all during the early 2000s, late 2000s and stuff, like, you know, after 2010 and stuff, because she was making a name for herself, and only to, you know, it was sad, you know, all because of falling outs with people and stuff like that and going down the wrong direction.
Right. Well, I don't know if you, Melanie, you've been following it, but I mean, it was just really scary what she was going through. And I'm just like, my God, she had all this talent. She had a big future. And again, when I just perceived was like, okay, I'm just taking some time off to relax and then I'll come back when I'm ready. I'm just like, did you hear all about this, Melanie? Or oh, you're on mute. Sorry.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I was on mute. No, no, when the news had come out, even like my circle of friends kind of, you know, we were chatting about it, and like my sister had put it like, well, I was gonna read her thing. She kind of put it eloquently because people are like, well, you know, she had money. She, what people. The first thing you want to do is kind of place blame on why did that, and half of it's blame, half of it's, I think it really comes from a point of why, of people wanting to have an understanding of how could this happen, and people typically want to find the one reason, and it's never one reason. No. So it's the Hollywood in general, you know, having a blind eye towards people who have substance abuse, family and friends kind of just having a blind eye of just, you know, somebody falling out of a picture,
bullying and engagements with her family for ongoing stability and instability, you know. So there was so many things, like she was just put through the ringer and slipped through the cracks, and she was trying to make a name for herself.
David, you put that picture back up and that comment from Jen, and I just, we're talking about Debbie Chase, who was better known for the voice of the original animated Lilo and Stitch series, as well as the movies. And she was also, I can't think of her name, but she was the girl in The Ring. She did a series on HBO called Big Love.
Samara Morgan in The Ring.
Right.
And Samantha Darko. She basically, it's Chihiro Ogini in Spirited Away. Like, she's been in Beethoven's Fifth. Like, she's done a lot. Her last one was American Romance, Christy Madison.
Yeah. She's a beautiful and talented girl, and just to see that her life just went spiraling down, that's you know, I kind of think about this as like Michelle Trachtenberger when she passed. I'm just like, wait, she's only 35. So
she has the same look as Michelle too, if you notice.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, she could have been her stunt double twin, you know what I mean?
So that's who we're talking about, Janet. Sorry if you're just joining us, welcome, and continue with the yes.
Yeah. Now we're going to get into the happiness, because I didn't know if you wanted to go that far into it, Christian, because I know some people get upset when they hear things about bullying and stuff like that, and it might be trigger warnings.
Only because I didn't know, and a lot of people did not know what happened. They were just like, she's dead. And it's just like, how, why, where did that come from? And
there was so much stuff coming out. That's why I was trying to make sure, like, on everything. But it's sad.
Let's go to the happy news now.
Let's try the happiness, because we got 2 happy birthdays on the same day. Just let's see, make sure. I want to see if they're actually no. Surprisingly, if I'm right and I'm reading this correctly, Jody and Arthur are the same age.
Yes, they are.
I wonder if they are. I wonder how many hours apart they are. I wonder if they were born in the same hospital, because she was born in something Scamantrope, UK, and he was born in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Okay, so they were in different hospitals, but that would have been cool if they were born in the same hospital. They were destined then, you know, to be in the series. But they both turned 44, and Jody lists her new adventure, because we mentioned it last news story, that she will be in Murders in the Building, and it has an unnamed role right now, because all of us know her from Doctor Who, Broadchurch, and all the other adventures she's gone on in history of movies and television. But her latest one is to be announced, also called Truckload, where she plays Sarah in post-production. And then she's got also Office Romance that stars Jennifer Lopez and Goldstein. written by Brett Goldstein, Office Romance. She's going to be playing Lizzie in there as well. Like I said, to be announced, Only Murders in the Building. It's an unknown role right now, plus Dear England. She's playing Pippa Grange for 4 episodes, and we'll see what happens, because if you guys think, is it going to be on BBC iPlayer or is it going to be on regular Hulu for Murders in the Building? Because this is going to be interesting. Is it a Doctor Who alumni cast, or is it about stars? Who knows? But Arthur is even going to grace our screen soon, because he is now currently filming to be a Beatle, or with the Beatles, I should say, because the movie that is, I'm trying to get it right now to make sure I get the part that he is. It's due out in 2028. The Beatles, the 4-film cinematic event. Derek Taylor, he is filming right now, and I'm hoping to see how that turns out and everything. The last time we saw him was in The Sandman as Richard Maddock and Grace on Our Screens in 2025. But otherwise, right now he's just filming and going to be gracing our screens soon. But watch out for Jodie before Arthur. And since we're going into the world of entertainment and music, since we talked about the Beatles, why don't we talk about Peter Capaldi, who's got a treat for everybody. He's got his winter tour dates up already. So if you're in Sheffield, London, Bristol, and Glasgow, you are lucky as hell, because Sunday, December 13th, he'll be in Sheffield, UK. Monday, December 14th, he'll be in London, UK. And Tuesday, December 15th, he'll be in Bristol, while December 17th, he'll be in Glasgow. So get your tickets now and everything for his wave with his rock band and everything across England and Scotland. And speaking of Scotland, we have our Scottish babe, Karen Gilliam, hence going around New York City recently, having a night out on the town. Like, moms have to have some time to themselves, because I think she's been following the soccer team since Boston. So let's see what happens if she makes her way down to Florida, because I'm trying to see right now. I've been watching the game while I'm doing this, because England and I cannot not pronounce it. Sorry, guys. Have 0-0 final today. And who else is going? Portugal, and they got 5-0, and Jordan has 1-2. So let's see what happens with this FIFA World Cup and everything. So you might see Doctor Who stars traveling along and everything, supporting their teams. But then also we got to support Matt Smith, because his new season 3 of House of the Dragon comes out on HBO Max and HBO apps and everything. So check that out, because he was also gifted a soccer jersey on the Today Show by the team. And hopefully, he says if they win, he's going to be showing it and everything. But he also mentioned a few dynamics, as well as being his Star Wars tease, as well as other previous appearances. So it was a really cool episode of the Today Show. You can always look it up on YouTube for that. But otherwise, that's really all the news we have today, because like I said, a lot of people are desperate for Doctor Who news, and nothing is out yet. I'm waiting on the CB Babies press release. I'm waiting on the Tender press release. I am waiting on all of them at the moment and everything, because we still don't know what's going on. And please enjoy Big Finish, because that's what we're going to be reviewing tonight. And that'll help us get through the wilderness years. And Christian, am I allowed to give a shout out to somebody real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to let you guys know that if you had submitted some applications in for a certain Doctor Who film that's being filmed right now, they have closed submissions and they're reviewing all the emails. Jonathan Glickman says that he's thankful for everyone that has entered, and he hopes that his rendition for the wilderness years comes to fruition, and thanks everybody, because it seems that me mentioning him last time ended up basically getting people to send more in and stuff. So I hope that his fanfic does very well and stuff, and maybe we'll see sometime soon. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm going to bring this picture back up, because there's a little bit more to this story, and
Please,
I don't know.
about that one.
I don't know if I ever told you, Dave, about this, because I know Melanie. I think Melanie knows about this particular picture. But first of all, I think Murder in the Buildings. David Tennant's going to be joining her as well.
Yes, and also somebody from Red Dwarf, as well as some other BBC Sci-Fi alumni.
Gotcha. Dave, this picture happened by complete chance, and I have to give Faith Kelly a big shout out for this picture ever happening. What happened is that Melanie, I, and Tom, the one panel that we had together, we had to go across MegaCon to go to our panel room. It was like on the other side of the building. And of course, as soon as we get back, we get the word Jodie Whittaker had visited our booth, the Daleks of Florida, and she was taking all these pictures and stuff. And I was just like,
So jealous.
geez, yeah, exactly.
So
What the
jealous.
heck? So I was just like, oh well, I blew it. I really wanted a picture with her with the TARDIS, my TARDIS, and she got tons of pictures with the Daleks of Florida. Anyway, I was moping, and Faith came up to me and she goes, "We're gonna go back to Jodie." I'm like, no, I don't want to push anything. I don't want to push this on her. So she marches me up to Jodie's booth, and strangely enough, there was nobody at Jodie's booth at the time. We just got lucky, and Jodie was standing there, and Faith explained everything like he was doing a panel for you on Doctor Who while this was all going on. And then, surely enough, Faith convinces Jodie to do this picture of the traveling TARDIS. So thank you so much, Faith. I appreciate this. I got my picture with her in the TARDIS. It's not the only picture with the TARDIS. There's other tons of pictures with her, including one where she's at GalaxyCon holding the TARDIS with Billy Piper. And there's many, many more. And I showed her the pictures. I just happened to have them on my phone. And she was like, I just want to let you know there's a TARDIS has been following you all over the place. And there's one where, at another GalaxyCon, my good friend Patty Hawkins was interviewing her. And surely enough, she was sitting in a chair and there was this little TARDIS sitting right next to her. So, so I'm going to say, I don't know when he's going to come back and get you, but he's coming back. So This picture, I was really grateful. So thank you, Faith, for doing this for me, and it was really great also for Jodie Whittaker. Thank you for taking a picture of the traveling TARDIS, one that was with the TARDIS at MegaCon. Faith did the same for me on Sunday. Yeah, Faith is awesome.
Faith is great.
Faith. Faith is great. And for those of you who are not familiar or your first time listening or watching this, Faith Kelly is our premier 13th Doctor, also our Claire. But she is a cosplayer, and you should check her out at 101 Cosplays, 101 Cosplays to see on either the TikTok or the Instagram. She also makes the thumbnails for our show. So there it is. Yeah. Thank you, Dave. So I just wanted to get that out there. And what else? Oh,
you talk about the conventions, because I know we graced everybody's.
Well, I'll get to the conventions at the end, but I know Melanie wants to see this.
I know.
At the booth, I don't know. I was quiet about this. I hadn't mentioned it. I didn't know she was going to go through with it because she wanted to be a booth babe. But we had a very special guest, Athena Finger. Now, if you're familiar with what I just said, Athena is the heiress and granddaughter to Bill Finger. And if you're not familiar with that name, I could say Batman, who Bill Finger was the creator. And when Athena and I were talking, I said, why didn't you get your own booth? She goes, no, I want to be your booth babe. I want to be able to get up and leave. if I get yeah, she's like, she didn't want to be exiled to a booth herself. And I said, well, what are you going to be doing? She goes, I want to relax. She sold some cookies at the booth, which were really, really good. They were really delicious. But before we got together, Melanie, she was going like, I want to make something. And I put an earworm into her head that, you know what? I've been Googling all over the place. I have never seen the Third Doctor and Batman 66 ever anywhere that I've seen it. And surely enough, she started making the picture at our booth. So I just thought it was great that I had the heiress of Batman making a picture of the Third Doctor and Batman 66 together. And it's not finished, but she did. You could just see how it was starting out and how it's going to be. And we actually have a video of her on the YouTube channel showing the progress that she made during it, and it's starting to look gorgeous. I will not put the picture out there. You have to watch the video or keep an eye out on the Space Coast Comic-Con album, which when hopefully Athena and I will get together, we're going to be doing something with this picture. We don't know what yet, but I just think it is just, I think there's just something said to being that the heiress of Batman is her artistry is drawing her dad's work and mixing it in with the Doctor Who at our booth, which is Doctor Who. So there you go. So I just wanted to fill in with that. Did anybody have any other announcements or anything before we wrap up the Who Knew News?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and put the end cap on this. I always put it way too far down. Here we go. Come on.
Push the button, Christian. Push the button.
Yeah, I know. I did. I pushed the button. It's not that the fact that I push a button. I got to find the button. It's all over. There's like you got to scroll down. It's just like, oh my god. So, for those of you who are just joining us, we will be reviewing Excelis. Excelis Dawn, right? Excelis Dawns. And we're going to be doing one of 3 of these episodes, which stars Peter Davison as the 5th Doctor. We'll be reviewing Excelis Rising with the 6th Doctor and Excelis with the Decays with the 7th Doctor as a tribute to the late Anthony Head, who did all 3 episodes. And we're also going to be reviewing a bonus episode with Bernie Summerfield from Big Finish with there. So with that, we're going to go ahead and commercial break. When we return, we will be, well, you know what? Let's get the numbers. Gadget, what do you rate this episode?
When I could understand it a little bit, maybe a 7, 6 or 7. Sorry about that damn joke, but
You're
I
fine.
told you Big Finish is hard with me and everything because of the way it's designed.
If you had to pick one of those numbers, which one would you hit up with?
7.
7. Melanie, how would you rate this episode?
Funny enough, I was in between like a 7 or 8, so I'll go 7 because I haven't finished the entire arc, so we're just gonna go 7. I really enjoyed it. So we'll go 7.
I will shoot you with a BB gun if you say 7.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna have to say 7. Just so I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Give it an 8. Okay. Well, somewhere along the way, you're going last, and I'm gonna put my rating in there. There we go. Only the team knows my rating, so we will go over the ratings when we do. Go away.
One thing,
Tom.
real quick.
What's that?
I put this in the. Come on. Open
Yes, that's Faith. Yes.
Yep. There you go. So people could see real quick. Sorry.
Where'd she go?
I clicked on it like an idiot. I think someone else clicked on it too.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I will click on it like an idiot.
I'm not touching anything. Okay.
There we go.
That way they can see Faith.
Faith, there you go.
Okay,
And
sorry.
that is her with Jodie Whittaker over at MegaCon. So thank you, Faith. And thank you for helping us, as you always do. And I'm hoping she was online, but I guess not. So anyway, let's go ahead and run the commercials. When we return, we will be reviewing Excelis Dawns with the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison, and Anthony Head.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'll sew in close. The spell stays unspoken. A dark silhouette of a marked man, and I'm broken. Right down. I didn't listen to that voicemail, a TikTok that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in our second season, that's movies that make us happy. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Gimme. How'd you do on it?
We sold a lot. In fact, this is one of the last packages. This is one of my favorites now. This is the nutmeg. No, not nut. I'm sorry, not the
hazelnut cream.
Yeah, hazelnut cream. And this almost sold out. So this is the last package of it. And we only had 2 left. And the reason why I want to bring this particular one up, Stranger Brew, which is waffles and syrup. We had a guest at the con. His name is Kevin Kegley, and he was there. Very nice. Took a picture of him. He played a cop, as you can see in Stranger. I'm sorry, Strange. You know what the problem is, Dave? Every time I see this, I think Canadian Strange Brew. I don't know if you remember that movie. That's why it's just like, so every time I see Stranger Brew, I think of that movie offhand. But Stranger Things, he was a cop in it, and you get to check him out there. He was very nice, very sweet, and he got himself a thing of Stranger Brew, and these are very, very delicious. And when we go to the conventions, just letting you know, the next convention over at Epic Verse and Ancient City, we will be selling these. And they are limited, so make sure you come first. And the guys are right over at Coffee Shop of Horrors, because they said there are fans that will come out and get them from you because it's there. It's Coffee Shop of Horrors, and their reputation is. I hope they can make a comeback. I really hope they open their stores again, because that was something to be beheld. I don't even think I had a chance. I really wanted to see what they were doing out there, and people loved the stores. But the coffee, it's going to be on sale.
Yeah, I missed them.
Yay, that was it.
Stuff. Anyway.
Because this podcast doesn't pay for itself, okay? So
It's true. It's true.
So without further ado, I had two 7s and an 8. So without doing it, for those of you just joining us, we're going to be reviewing Excelis Dawns, starring the Fifth Doctor, Peter Davison, and Anthony Head, who just passed recently, and we're doing this as a tribute to Anthony Head, a great and talented man. So without further ado, I had 2 7s. So, Melanie, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up since you're starting the clock. Tell us one thing that you liked about the episode and one thing that was not so great about the episode.
I found it refreshing that this was done in a narrative from the point of view of Anthony Head's character. I can never remember his name.
Greyborn.
Yeah. Yep. So, because at first I was like, he's kind of narrating it, and then it typically the Big Finish audios that I've listened to aren't written like that. They're just strict, like an audio drama, like a radio program, or what you would listen to, if you were watching a DVD or, watching a movie and just were listening to the audio. It's just that kind of immersion, kind of fun. But this one, he narrated most of it, or he would narrate what was going on, and it would just slip right into what was the actual acting. So it felt almost bookish. So if you like, right now I'm so deep in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series right now. It's that same style of almost like audiobook kind of narration, where you have the one character narrating and then the action and the actual stuff goes on. It was amazing. I really liked that. So that's one really, really, really cool thing I liked. Bad thing, and it's more a point on me, but I could blame my father for it, because I grew up in a household that we did not like the Fifth Doctor, because the Fourth Doctor reigned supreme. And when Peter Davison showed up, my dad didn't like him, so therefore everybody else didn't like them in the house, because he had the remote and we never really watched him. Bit to realize, because the cover of the audio that we have the whole set, I wasn't sure which doctor it was. So again, this is on me. At first I thought this was Colin Baker, and then I realized, no, the voice isn't hitting right. And then when he he mentions, this weird fellow has a pinstripe trousers and wearing a vegetable on his lapel, I went, oh, this is Davidson. But it was still good. It was still, this is a high rating for somebody who's, again, not really the biggest Fifth Doctor fan. So great thing, bad thing ish.
That's right. I will concede, because when I grew up Doctor Who, again, as I tell the story, I grew up PBS. Started with a robot, ended with Castrovalva. He turns into a blonde, and then he starts all over. And I thought I was a stupid kid. I thought that was Doctor Who. And never understood why he turned into a blonde. And then when they finally continued the series, I'm just like, it was like I was like Rose in the TARDIS with that Christmas actor. Can you change back? Can you go back to what happened? And it's like, nope, it's not going to happen. So I kind of feel for that, as far as the Fifth Doctor wasn't my doctor for quite some time, because the fourth one is, and it's hard to get a replacement and just try to move on with it. But I kind of owned to the Sixth Doctor, and then it was a little easier when the Fifth Doctor, and when the Sixth Doctor finally came in, I had my first regeneration. So it was a lot easier and with more ease to get with it. I believe, Dave, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first episode with Iris Wildtime in the audio.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. That's going to be part of my critique in a minute there. But yeah, exactly. Gadget, you also graded it a 7. Tell us one good thing, one thing that just didn't work out.
The good thing was the funny part with the bus that turned out to be like a TARDIS and everything and stuff like that. That was the good part and everything, because I was laughing at that and everything. But the bad part was the inner monologue, outer monologue, because at first I thought it was an inner monologue with Greyborn's character until the doctor started replying back to him. And then I thought, oh, he has a psychosis. And I was like, okay, it's going to be one of those episodes or anything and stuff. And then I kept feeling like it was entitlement and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm so confused. But then when they started bringing in, I don't know her name. Was it Iris and everything?
Iris Wildtime. Yeah.
Iris.
Yeah. And she started talking like she was one of the time ladies. I was like, okay, maybe this is going to be a good thing. And it started becoming a good thing when she would throw the little quarks in and everything, especially when you found out what the item was.
Wait a minute.
I loved it.
Stop right there for just.
Yeah, I know,
stop
I'm
right
not
there.
going to say what the item was because I was laughing hysterical. That's why I said it was a good thing.
Stop right there. Let me just do this.
Spoilers! This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Travelling TARDIS.
Say whatever the hell you want.
This might be an example of why I said I was laughing hysterical. That's like,
yes.
Hey, I might have something. You know?
I love it.
Yeah. So if you did listen to it, that's why I was laughing hysterical, because who does not look in one of these?
Who doesn't have all of heaven and hell inside their handbag?
You would say that about my backpacks.
Wait until my mother's Filipino. She's got universes in her thing, and they all fit in that one little pocket that it's the last thing she looks in for her cell phone. So there you go.
So you're basically saying all women's handbags are TARDISes.
No, my mother's is. And so she probably has a TARDIS inside that handbag of hers. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Dave, you're up. You rated it an 8.
I did.
Higher than the girls. What say you? One good thing, one bad thing.
And it sounds like it might be the opposite of you from what you were saying. I love Iris Wildtime. I absolutely adore.
Opposite of me?
Annie. Sorry?
Opposite of me?
Well, just from what you were saying, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just
no. It's part of my review, but please, it's not negative to Katie at all. It is not negative to Katie.
No, I absolutely love Iris. I know I've listened to this before. I don't remember if I listened to it first, because I've listened to a lot of Iris Wildtime, and I don't know what order I've listened to them in. Because it's Big Finish, it rarely matters.
All right.
But I absolutely she just brings so much spark to everything she does, and it's absolutely wonderful. So that's my favorite part about the thing. And this is opposite of Melanie. I didn't like the narration.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't feel it worked all that well, and it could just be me. Obviously, it's just me, or at least in part. It just felt like it flowed funny for me.
Okay.
I don't mind the concept of it, but I just don't think it worked quite as well as they were hoping it would. So there's my one negative and my one positive, and I do want to quickly just address this question from Jim. Have I seen Grey Owl? No, I have not. I'll have to look that up sometime. We maybe we'll put it on as a off the list bonus episode for Horses on Film someday. And Jim also gave it a 10 out of 10, just because Doctor Who is way out of this world.
Yep.
So if you guys, we've still got a few minutes left here, throw your ratings into the chat. Let us see what you think of this if you have listened to it.
Now let people know too. You can actually, and I did a little bit of a better financial thingy. I'm trying to get the right words, and I'm not. My brain's dysfunctioning right now. It's the coffee. Anyway, it's you can buy them individually. They're like $10 for the 3, if not the 4th episode, or you can get the 4th series, which all 4 series, which includes the Bernice Summerfield episode, the bonus episode, where she ends up in Excelis. And but they're $10 each, or you can buy them at whole for like $35. So I did that. I was hoping, and I wrote a message to Big Finish. I said, "Hey guys, in honor of Anthony Head, why don't you have it like a flash sale, so that people can enjoy the work that he did for Big Finish, or anything that he's done. I don't know if he's done anything else for Big Finish. I know he did that series.
Think so.
But I think that was it. Anyway, I gave it a 7.9, just right under Dave and right over everybody else. 7.9. I'm going to start with the negative thing. The negative thing that I had was I had to listen to it 3 times. I was totally baffledly confused, and I was like, I didn't know the direction it was going at times. So I was like, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not catching up to something. I'm like, first of all, why is Five and Greyborn together at all? What are they doing here? How did they meet up? And then Iris shows up, Iris Wildtime. And Dave, if you can you find a couple pictures of Iris?
I can try.
Oh, I appreciate it. And it kind of, I can actually, that's the Greyborn going like he was getting upset by Iris. Iris does push it a little bit, but I also like it being refreshing, Dave, because she is a good counter to the Doctor in a different way. In the same way that River is a good counter, in the same way that Romana and Sarah Jane Smith were a good counter to their doctors. It was a great counter to the Doctor because the Fifth Doctor is very passive and honest and to himself. He can be to himself at times. He acts older than he looks, and Iris is just prodding him on. And I guess we can all agree. I think the Iris's bus is the TARDIS, right? It's her TARDIS.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
she travels with Panda, who wasn't in the episode, or at least in this episode. But yeah, she could get a little bit annoying, and I'm just like, I'm rooting for Greyborn to go, yes, shut her up, please. But I enjoyed it because it's Katie Manning, and Katie Manning can do no wrong, and it was just very enjoyable. But I do feel like for an episode that was supposed to introduce where we were going, I was very confused. I think, what was her name? Sister Jolene.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of knew that she was. You could foreshadow that something was off with her, and then
even the Mother Superior. It's like,
Even
yeah,
the
we're
Mother-
gonna take in this wild bat of a lady and just into the convent. And she's like, well, I like the heck out of the comedy pieces of it going.
Oh yeah.
Well, you see, she's not really fitting in because there's the smoking and the music and the drinking and the regaling of men and stories and I'm like, this is Iris, and then it's Iris.
But it also began to make sense as like why they locked her up, or
Yeah.
I should say why they took her in. I think they knew more than they were letting on. So there was like, and then all of a sudden, Iris's memory is a little wiped. Also, she's starting to have memories of the Doctor that at least we know that she never had.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an interesting take. And like I said, Katie Manning, it was just so refreshing for her to come back as a different character. And as much as she could be just a little bit annoying, she's one of those friends that is just like, you know what, you can be annoying, but I enjoy you for everything else that you do and everything, you make it fun. But there are times when I'm like, stop, slow it down there. But
she could be neurodivergent.
Yeah, it was just an episode that I felt that it was just a little bit confusing, and I've tried to follow the narration with Greyborn. I'm just like, I do like that approach, Melanie, that it was from his perspective for where we were going, because I'm sure that's going to move into the next episode when Rises shows up. But
can I ask something real quick? Because
of
something
course.
confused me about something, because the character was guarding the relic and everything was doing the same thing. That's what confused me what Greyborn was doing. So I don't know if that's a spoiler ahead, because I haven't listened to the other ones yet. But I'm very good at my thinking, my dyslexic thinking. And I did it with Roger Rabbit. I actually figured out the ending before it began, so everybody got mad at me. So I'm just hoping I'm not messing up the ending for anybody, but it was just confusing. Like, I thought at first he was from their race of like their, because he said he was from the planet. That's what was confusing me, and I didn't know if he was like a half-breed or being, because they were doing the same thing he was doing. And then I was like, okay, there's something so confusing,
Yeah, but it was the thing. I was just like, what is the Fifth Doctor doing with him in the first place? I was just like, how are these two even together? Why are that? And then the story moves on, but I'm just like, the Doctor must have known something. The sisterhood must have known something about Iris. I'm like, there's something going on, and I'm hoping it unfolds in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah, but the Doctor didn't know some of the stuff she was talking about yet. So does that open the door for the next episodes, like you said,
That's where I'm hoping that it will do. I mean, like when he was, I do like memory berries, but when he was starting to talk about the Watcher, and the 5 Doctors, and it was just like, well, why are we mentioning this? What's going on? Why are we even going down this road? I mean, like, or is this going to be something? What is it? The term? Not prophet, but I'm trying to think.
Prolific,
prolific, or foreshadowing down the line. Is this something that is going to make sense later on? So I'm like, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I had to listen to it like 3 times over just so I could try to keep everything in track. But there were some things you knew right away that but it was a great episode. I mean, I gave it 7.9. That was my negatives. I love Iris Wildtime. I think she brings a refreshness to the episode, to this audio adventure. There she is. She will age like fine wine. Ever. Yes. She will age. She'll be 200 years old. She'll outlive all of us, and she will age. And she's the only reason why nowadays I stay on X, because she just is oh wow, Iris Wildtime on Mars. Oh, there's Panda. There we go.
Yep.
Panda was in all those pictures.
What's
except
that?
For the one actual Katie. There's Panda.
There's Panda.
There's
Explain Panda.
There's Pandas. Panda. I haven't heard the episodes with Panda in them, but I know it's like her companion.
Okay.
Would it be wrong for me to say, Dave, that he's kind of like the talking penguin? Jesus.
Frobisher.
A little bit.
Kind of. So, and in a sense that it's an animated figure, it's not human, but he has his quirks and weird stuff on the extreme level, like Frobisher. That I understand. I haven't heard the audios with Panda in them. I haven't read any of the comics, but I just love Katie in that. And I thought the Wormery was the first episode that she started in, if I'm not mistaken. But I was told that it was the Excelis, series.
That's
so
right.
If anybody wants to correct me, that's fine out there. But I loved it. I mean, I would listen to it again. It was just a little confusing to me. Melanie, did you feel the same way, or do you think it was a little straightforward?
I did get confused with our zombie relic worshipping friends at first.
Yes.
But I did, in my mind, I not quickly correlated, but it took a hot minute to get there. In my mind, I kind of saw it as Smeagol in my mind's eye. And from Lord of the Rings, I'm thinking Smeagol with the ring. So everything is like my precious. And I kind of had that kind of vibe. And once in my head, I got that, I'm going, oh, this guy's just speaking aloud because they're nuts. And then I was good. So then at least I could figure out, okay, Royburn was narrating, and then everyone was talking, but even then when it started getting to the point where they're really starting to play off one another, especially when you have Iris and the Doctor, they're going freaking fast with the dialogue. And even when they made in the beginning, when they kind of meet up, they all get onto the bus, they have to stop at a town to go shopping. And he's trying to take the map, and then you find out that she's, put the map on the Doctor on like their little kind of a grocery list, that's what the map was. And even when, when the climax starts happening and the fight, and then you realize, oh, it's a handbag. Okay, wait a minute, I left this here. It was really kind of hopping along pretty fast, and Katie really reads her lines. I mean, everybody was delivering their lines at a good clip, but she has a lot more chunky kind of. I don't want to say maybe she has a chunkier script, but maybe she ad libs a little bit more and puts her idioms in there and her little sayings and whatnot. And she's just giving like 110% because she's delivering those lines and she's yelling. I can't imagine being a producer in the sound booth when she's just giving it all to the microphone.
Right.
I almost think she's like right here. But yeah, so that took me a moment to go, oh wait, it's a different character, and oh, this is what they're doing. They're not doing a narrating thing. They're just they're precious, my precious. That kind of the Smeagol with the one ring. It's kind of had it like.
Well, I think it's the opposite of Joe Jones over time, and not only that, but you could tell Katie was just like eating this.
Oh yeah, chewing the scenery.
Yeah, she was chewing the scenery, and she was enjoying it. I mean, she really said, "Oh, okay, this is Iris. Let me really take this out there." So I can't wait until I hear Iris. No spoilers. If she might come back in the next episode, maybe. I did listen to a little bit of it, and I'm getting excited because now the Sixth Doctor would be in it, and I got to really listen to the Wormery. I really do, because that sounds like a really cool story. Have you heard that one, Dave?
Which one?
The Wormery.
I'm not sure. I've listened to so many of them, and I've lost track. Sorry, I was just trying to find some more Iris goodness.
No, that's fine.
I'm not sure if I have or haven't. It's been a while since I have listened to them. So I don't remember if I have or haven't.
Got it. Well, without further ado, I think we will go ahead. Does anybody have any final thoughts before we go ahead and wrap up this review in this episode?
Like I said, it was just a weird for me because of thought he was doing inner monologue, like actual, stuff like that, but the doctor could hear him. So I didn't know if the doctor was listening to the inner monologue or it was an outer monologue, then find out it is an outer monologue. But it was just funny when I found out what the relic was. That's why I said the good point was the funny stuff,
Yeah.
It's just bizarre stuff. I think it was just me I was a little confused about things, and I don't know if it was just the story, and it was just because there was so much stuff going on, it was just hard to.
But that sister was weird because when she turned out to be what she did at the end, that was like a twist I didn't see coming.
I did. That's the thing.
See, I didn't see it. I knew she was upset. I knew she was upset with Iris, but I didn't know she was that evil.
Well, okay. I knew there was something going on because the sisters had Iris, and I was like, why would they take Iris on? And then, of course, when the superior tells the sister, you know what, go with them. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's something going on. There's no way they would have incorporated Iris into their sisterhood and then just let her go and they sent the sister
Superior, what she did. Oh dear Lord, that's where I lost it. That's why it was a bad thing because I couldn't figure out what the heck happened.
I think there's a lot more to it. I'm hoping the second episode will bring to it, and I can't wait to hear Colin Baker and Katie Manning. If she comes back, that will be something to behold. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Just announcements again. Epic Verse FanCon taking place August 21st and the 22nd. Free parking, free admission, folks. This is cool. And keep in mind the 21st is a Friday, and it will start at noon on Friday. Free parking, free admission. Let me take the banner down so that people can see.
The middle of Florida.
The address, the middle of Florida and Dog Track Road, Longwood. It is a church. And again, free parking, free admission, cosplay events. Guys, come on out over here. This is the first time Epic Verse is going to be doing it. And of course, we're going to be selling the barbecue sauce as well as the coffee. I told you these things are it's really slow with the buttons. Hey, I meant to Tom was making fun of me for a long.
I was wondering when I thought you were gonna sell out of all the coffee. That's why.
I thought so too. And this is not a fault of Space Coast Comic-Con. The weather turned sour on Saturday.
Oh.
And the convention emptied out for the last 4 hours.
Oh no.
So, yeah. But it all picked up on Father's Day. When Father's Day kicked in, all the dads came up and, it started moving. But yeah, it just hurt. that nobody was coming in on Saturday, and it was like that's supposedly the big day. But strangely enough, Sunday came in, and that ended up being the big day.
That's
But
great.
there was no rain and stuff. So yes, we will have the Kitchen Killers barbecue sauce for $14 a bottle, and we will have, of course, the Coffee Shop of Horrors for $16 a bag there. And moving along, we are going to be in St. Augustine, Florida. There's Melanie, and you might see her too in St. Augustine.
I know. Ask me to come off.
At ancientcitycon.com. It's going to be taking place September 25th through the 27th. Please get your tickets and as well as your rooms if you want to stay at the hotel. It is be held because you want to be there. They have parties at night. They have things going on throughout the day. And if you want to rest up after a hard night, yeah, that would be a good idea at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort. Melanie, you and I are going to Caddyshack.
Where?
It's just a Caddyshack. Literally, Caddyshack. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a restaurant. The restaurant Caddyshack.
Oh,
Yes, and it is
okay.
based upon the movie. It is walking distance. It's right outside the hotel. It's based upon the movie. It's owned by the Murray brothers, and the food is pretty good.
Okay, hey.
The food is real, but we're gonna have dinner at Caddyshack across the street. I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. And again, the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine, Florida. And as Melanie and I mentioned, if you're going and you're staying in St. Augustine, going to be there, give yourself a couple of days, either before or after the con, so you can visit St. Augustine, because that site's worth be held. You want to do that.
I'm definitely going to do it.
I will too.
City. I love that
now,
city.
Mark has asked me to do this one, and I'm not sure, so I have to read this, and I apologize. But Mark Robinson, a Candyman, asked for the favor, and I will give it to him. A day of Doctor Who, past, present, and beyond. Gallifrey gathering, a Doctor Who celebration. Guests to be announced soon. I'm wondering if they're going to be Doctor Who guests. This is going to be taking place one day, Sunday, 15th November, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the 100 House.
Yes.
100 House.
The 100 House, which
in Norton, near Chonbridge. In Telford, Shropshire, and then the zip codes there too.
And I believe Jessalyn is involved with this because
Jessalyn is the organizer. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Our former panelist and friend of the show.
Yeah, she needs to come back. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, any last minute things or any last minute chats there, Dave, before we go ahead and wrap her up?
Let's just take another look here. Tell Bill I said hi. Go to McCullochon. Get Amy Jo Johnson to hold the TARDIS. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
The Pink Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. Don't be surprised if we don't pull in some conventions that are going to be going on in July and August. I'm still talking to people, but right now those two conventions are locked in stone. And Melanie, the Daleks going to be with us in September over at Ancient City. All of the Daleks Florida are going to be with us. So without further ado, folks, to next show, we're going to be reviewing Excelis Rising. That will be starring Colin Baker as the Sixth Doctor and Anthony Head coming back in. And this is going to be, I'll spoil it. Iris may make an appearance. I just want to see Six and Iris get together. It's just like, if those two get together, it's going to be a fun episode out there. Yes. Don't forget to say goodnight to Simon. He's on this side. Don't forget to say goodnight to Simon on the way out. Everybody stay safe. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again this coming Tuesday. Keep an eye out on our social media for any events that we may be attending. Thank you all for joining us as we say goodnight to Simon. And until the next adventure, Tony, take us.